Shakur Stevenson is being advised by his advisors and his mentor to price himself out this fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. Let me tell y'all what I mean. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications. Catch me live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm also live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Join the channel as a member, drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams and the videos that we do. And hit me up if you want to debate. Knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email. Or you can just come by the channel while I'm live and we can debate right then and there. Let's get it cracking though. So, Terrence Crawford says, you got the WBC belt, they're going to eventually have to come see you anyway. They're going to have to come see you. They're going to have to come to you. They're going to have to come see you. Wally Moses says, Shakur Stevenson, the highest rated fighter on ESPN. Tank Davis pay-per-views ain't even all that. They ain't highly rated. Josh Dubin says Tank Davis better come correct. We'll see how serious he is about making the fight, by how financially viable he makes it for Shakur Stevenson. And the reason that they're doing this, they've learned from Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. And they're trying to do the same thing with Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson. And that is, boxing fans, for lack of a better word, are so ignorant as it pertains to the business of boxing and just business in general, that no matter what happens between Tank Davis and an opponent, if that fight don't happen, Tank Davis is getting blamed 100% of the time. He's getting blamed for Lomachenko right now. There are some in boxing that are blaming Lomachenko, blaming Tank Davis. He waited too late. He ducked Loma first. He needs Loma. Loma don't need him. Bullshit like that. And in the case of Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson, this is eerily similar to Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, except for there's a way wider gap. There's the gap between Tank Davis's leverage over Shakur Stevenson and Errol Spence's leverage over Bud Crawford is night and day, bro. It's night and day. And so when I hear Josh Dubin and Wally Moses talking about, well, we know that they need to come correct because, you know, Shakur Stevenson had the highest rated fights on ESPN. So we'll know if they serious about how financially viable they make it. Or you hear Wally Moses talking about, oh, we know that Shakur Stevenson had the highest rated fights on ESPN. Tank Davis's pay-per-views ain't even that highly rated. When you hear a team talking like that, when they have no business even talking like that, like, bro, I don't want to be mean, but they real talk don't even have any business really trying to negotiate based on numbers. Like, real talk, if the guarantee is fair and they offer them any pay-per-view split, 90-10, 95-5, 85-15, 80-20, man, they should take that shit. They should take that shit, bro. Real talk. They should 1,000% take that shit. But they feel like they have leverage and they feel like they can negotiate because boxing fans are dumb. Because the first thing when you hear Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson might be negotiated, or you hear Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson fight trying to happen, Tank should just send him an offer he can't refuse. Tank should just give him what he wants. $7 million ain't too much. $8 million, you mean he can't pay Shakur Stevenson $8 million? $6 million? That's a low ball. That's a low ball. What you mean Shakur don't deserve no back end money? I need y'all to understand this, bro. And go do the research for yourself. I don't take the stances that I take out of fanship or out of being a fan. I take them out of business sense and logic. Knockout, why do you think that Shakur Stevenson only deserves a 95-5 split? Knockout, why do you think that if they offer Shakur Stevenson a flat fee of $6 million, he should just take it and not take any money on the back end? Why do you think this? You just being a fanboy. Knockout, what's going on? Gervonta Tank Davis is live gate with Frank Martin. sold more than all of Shakur Stevenson's live gates combined, bro. Combined. If you add the live gate from Shakur versus Conceição, Shakur versus Yoshino, Shakur versus motherfucking Joet Gonzalez, Jamel Herring, Oscar Valdez, you take all of his fights where he was the headliner and you add up they live gates, they don't even equal Frank Martin and Tank Davis's live gate. Then when you start talking about it, Tank's live gate with Hector, his live gate with motherfucking Ryan Garcia, his live gate with Mario Barrios, his live gate with Pitbull. When you start thinking about it from that perspective and you take their names out of it, you like, bro, this motherfucker he should just take anything higher than what he got paid. On top of the discrepancy in the amount of money that they get people to spend to come watch them fight, the discrepancy in the revenue generated from a digital perspective is fucking bananas, bro. You're talking about a guy that never even been on pay-per-view, going against a guy that's creeping up on selling 2 million pay-per-views. If you add all his shit up together, 1.2 versus Ryan, the 350 versus Frank Martin, the 200s with Barrios and fucking Pitbull, the 200 with Heck, bro, he creeping on 2 million pay-per-views sold. And you ain't never been on pay-per-view. Yet I got his fans saying, yo, he got room to negotiate. It's not a price out if he say he the highest rated fighter on ESPN. Shakur brings something to the table too, KO. What? What? Other than his hand being out like this saying, pay me. What, bro? What is he bringing? To where he deserved to have his team talking the way they talking, bro, in the public. The only reason that he has the audacity to do this is because boxing fans and boxing analysts and boxing pundits and content creators are either too scared or too stupid to tell you the truth. And the truth of the matter is, he got no leg to stand on. No leg to stand on with this shit, bro. Bro, it's so bad. And it's so bad that you are comparing shit that people get for free to shit that people pay for and trying to act like you got some sort of leverage to negotiate. His team is openly comparing free fucking TV numbers that cost $0 to pay-per-view numbers that cost $75 per pay-per-view. And saying, this is our trump card as to why Tank Davis got to come correct. Man, if you don't shut up and take whatever the fuck they give you, if you don't be, bro, if they offer this man $6 million flat, $5 million flat, whatever it is, he should take that shit. And if they generous and gracious enough to give him any back end money, 95-5, 90-10, 85-15, bro, you take that shit. You take that shit in a heartbeat. You do not pass go. You do not collect $200. You do not let that shit pass you by, bro. But he's getting advice from Terrence Bud Crawford because Terrence Bud Crawford was able to play the game. He was able to turn Earl Spence against his advisors. And then after the fact, Earl mad than a motherfucker because he got to watch everything he worked for go out the drain. I already gave him millions of dollars, so I ain't taking no bet. This shit is still, y'all saw how mad Earl was doing the goddamn coin toss? He tried to act like he didn't care, but go watch. He was mad than a motherfucker that Bud got to walk out last. Bro, Earl allowed Bud Crawford to out-negotiate him and play at his pride and finesse him into giving up everything he fucking worked for. And Al told him not to do it. Tank Davis not doing that shit. So if you want to blame Tank Davis for not giving away what he worked for, then go ahead and blame that man, bro. Go ahead and blame him. But don't ask me to do it, and it ain't as a fan. It's as a hard-working man myself. I want everything I work for. Not a penny more, not a penny less, bro. I want every penny. Every dollar, every quarter, every nickel, every dime. I want all that shit, bro. I don't want what you work for. I want what I work for. And unfortunately for Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis worked himself into a position where if they give you a flat fee, you should take that bitch. If they give you a pay-per-view split and that shit is way off from 50-50, you should take that shit. If he is trying to make any demands in negotiations, if he is trying to act like he got any leg to stand on, boy, he's sadly mistaken. He's sadly mistaken, bro. Based on his numbers and shit, man. Based on the revenue he's generated, bro. So I think that fight fans need to get smarter. I think you need to learn the business of boxing better and stop taking the side of the B side when it's the B side being unreasonable. It's unreasonable to expect Tank Davis to make you a fair offer or some sort of offer based on your free TV numbers. Hey man, you know we had these people watching us for free and shit. So can you up my percentage? Bro, what you mean? That didn't generate no revenue. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? So I've been pushing, and I pushed the shit with Tank and Devin too. It's like in these instances with a lot of y'all, what you do is you blame the A side for the B side making A side demands and shit. And it just continues to happen over and over and over and over again. When in reality, Shakur's team should be saying we'll take whatever he offers us. We just want the opportunity. And we know that with Tank Davis, you're going to get your highest payday anyway because you're fighting Tank Davis. As long as it's our highest payday, we want the opportunity to beat him because we know if we beat him, we become the man. That's the position that you're in when you're doing $900,000 live games. That's the position that you're in when you ain't never been on pay-per-view before. That's the position that you're in when this man's last fight generated more revenue combined than all your fights combined. Tank Davis has generated more revenue for the sport of boxing against Frank Martin than Shakur Stevenson has generated in all 20 of his fights. Let that shit sink in. That shit sound wild, right? He generated more revenue with Frank fucking Martin than Shakur Stevenson has generated in his entire career combined. Yet, we having conversations about leverage and negotiation and Tank should do this, Shakur should do this. Shakur should just shut up and take whatever the fuck he can get to get that fight if he really wanted, if he really wants to smoke. Tank Davis should continue the trend of his opponent getting their highest ever payday. Pitbull highest payday, Tank Davis. Ryan Garcia highest payday, Tank Davis. Frank Martin highest payday, Tank Davis. Mario Barrios highest payday, Tank Davis. Shakur Stevenson's highest payday will be Tank Davis. As long as he do that, he don't owe a motherfucker a penny more, a penny less. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment below. I see y'all soon. Peace.